Greetings, friends. My name is David Meiswinkle. I'm the President Executive Director of the Lawyers Committee for 9/11 Inquiry. And I want to welcome you on behalf of the Lawyers Committee to this 9/11 20th anniversary event. Today, Ed Asner was going to be doing the welcome to you. And unfortunately, as you probably know, Ed passed recently. What we did, our board, a few days ago, we passed a motion where he would become the honorary president. So technically, I'm no longer president. Ed Asner is the honorary president of the Lawyers Committee, and we want to dedicate this program to him and his family, and also to the victims of 9/11 and their relatives. We also want to award Ed with the first annual Lawyers Committee 9/11 Truth Advocate Award. So we will send that to his daughter Liza. Ed was a stalwart as far as 9/11 truth activism. He said to me a few times, he said, I don't know if I should be on the board. I think I'm window dressing. I'm an actor. Not only was he a great actor, an actor that could be the best of bad guys and the best of good guys, but he was a wonderful activist. He was a truth activist. And I've known him for a number of years. We met in California, and I met him again in Atlantic City. I had breakfast with him and his daughter. And I did ask him to become a member of our board, which he chose to do. We worked together on some of the sponsorship to get donations. So Ed was always very helpful. And as I said, he had a lot of integrity. As you may know, he was blackballed for a while from the Screen Actors Guild. I believe he was the president at one time. And the Hollywood put it this way, they blackballed him because of his activism and supporting people that needed medical help in El Salvador. So that's the kind of principled person we want to be associated with. And he actually graced us and honored us by being a member. He was like a father image to us, and we will miss him dearly. So this event is dedicated to his memory. Now, when I mentioned J.B. Hockersmith, after Ed passed, I called JB and I said, Jay, we need a dedication to Ed. Would you put something together for us and for the Lawyers Committee? And he turned something around real quick. So you'll see it right now. This is a collage of Ed Asner and some of his best scenes. And it's done by JB Hockersmith. So enjoy it. Thank you.
You know what? You got spunk.
Well, yes.
I hate spunk.
I read the script. These are the best scripts I've ever read.
This is the best character I've ever done.
Just a moment, please. Mr. Grant, it's Mrs. Grant. She's calling from the airport.
Oh, yeah, she's going to her sister's for a month. Tell her I'll speak to her when she gets back.
Everybody was wondering and worrying, are we going to be picked up? Are we going to be picked up? And all I could think of was, I don't give a damn. I get to do this character in this show at this time. What a gift that is. I have important news of a promising development in the area of law and justice, and I need your help. The call for justice remains unanswered. This is why I'm here, to introduce the Lawyers Committee for 9/11 Inquiry, a nonprofit organization which has been formed to address this exact problem. The Lawyers Committee is ready to implement a carefully planned strategy to achieve the goals of transparency and accountability for the crime of 9/11. To achieve these important goals, the Lawyers Committee has committed itself to performing a thorough and independent investigation, preparing and filing a petition for a federal grand jury, and pursuing civil lawsuits, including lawsuits under the Freedom of Information Act. The encouraging news is, with the Lawyers Committee for 9/11 Inquiry, we now have a team of experienced lawyers dedicated to pick up where previous investigations left off and do the work that I expect will have truly historic consequences. I'm pleased to announce that I proudly agreed to serve on this board of directors. Together, we can re-establish the United States as a great nation, preserve our democratic republic, and restore our standing in the world.
Hi, I'm Ed Asner. Welcome to Architects and Engineers. Let's look now at modern steel frame buildings. This is the Empire State Building, a marvel of modern architecture. It was built to last. This modern skyscraper was also built to last. We've seen buildings completely destroyed like this before, but only when done intentionally. Danny Jowenko is the expert on this in Europe. What did he say?
Dit is controlled demolition. Zeker weten, zeker weten. Er is nagesprongen. Dit is in opdracht gebeurd. Dit heeft een team gedaan van experts.
So what's the problem if this was a planned demolition? Well, we are told by government agencies that this building came down as a result of normal office fires. The National Institute of Standards and Technology produced their final report in 2008.
World Trade Center 7 collapsed because of fires fueled by office furnishings. It did not collapse from explosives or from fuel oil fires.
But what do you think brought down the building?
My belief is this, that man can be an exalted creature. He can approach God in a certain way when he is graced with the holiness that God would give to him. Or he can become the lowest piece of vermin by his denial of his godliness. If he admits and surrenders to his godliness and listens to the facts and the charges as evidenced by such organizations, he would listen to the thrusts of accusation, investigate them, and realize that if he is to aspire to a Godhead, he must challenge Caesar. He must challenge the government. Most people are not capable of achieving that God, but if they do, they are performing God's work.
That's words of wisdom, Ed Asner. The event title, just to reinforce it again, is From 9/11 Anthrax to the Pandemic, Life and Liberty in the Balance. And before we start the show any further, I want to thank No Lies Radio, which is live streaming it, and superu.net, which is live streaming it. They're from up in Canada, and they're good friends of ours. And I want to thank Alan Reese, who is behind the scenes producing this.
Hi, I'm Julia Pasisi, a friend of the Lawyers Committee for 9/11 Inquiry. Please share our website and videos with everyone you can, and stay tuned for more information about the virtual anniversary event from the Lawyers Committee on September 11th, 2021. Thank you.